Maggie, what you doing, chunky butt? Oh, so this is the new gate we had put in. Maxie, those are those solar lights you told us about. I don't know if I can zoom out on this camera or not, but it's a big old heavy gate. A lot better than the job I did with a plumbing saw. But anyway, so these are our blueberries. I put the caution tape around this one because it's really short and I didn't want our landscaper to mow it. But since I'm off till August, I told him he can have the month off and I'll do the cutting. But so these are our berries. You see they got a little hot, so some of the leaves got kind of crispy on it, but that's not a problem because they're still really soft, so they're just sensitive a little bit because they're still growing. But you can see here there's new growth there and new growth here and new growth there, and most of the ones that you see that are burned up were just the new leaves coming out. They hadn't gotten sturdy yet. And then here's the other one. So if I can back up, Maggie, what are you doing, goofy girl? What are you doing? Yeah. So you'll see this whole corner will be blueberries, and we're actually going to plant the rest of that row. I'm going to take that hawthorn bush out and move it out front, I think. But we're going to run blueberries from Duke all the way down this whole fence, because blueberries like that really sand, nasty, trashy dirt that you can't grow anything else in. So we'll just fill them in. So that's my wind chime that Julie got me for my birthday. But going back, this is where the watermelon are coming out on this side, and I don't know if I can get in there and show you where we actually planted them or not. But they're inside. I don't know if this is a good angle or not, but it's a hard life, I guess. But inside of this box is where I planted those watermelon. So if I swing out and come back, you can sort of see now how far that watermelon vine has grown. Am I standing in ants? No, okay. You can see how far that watermelon vine has grown all the way over there, all the way over here. So we're really hoping it produces. Maggie, what are you doing? You know you're not supposed to be over there. Maggie, Maggie. Hey! Alright, sorry. So then, this is what you see, all these leaves everywhere are pole beans. And Maxie, this is what I was telling you about. The grasshoppers were destroying the leaves. And that's why I just had to spray, because it was getting to the point where they were just cleaning me out. But you can see I've got a lot of pods starting on these things. They actually grew so much they've grown through the fence. So our neighbor, she lived. Get out of there! Get! You see how bad my dog is? See how bad she is? Ooh, I'm a killer. Anyway, so we've got different kinds of sunflowers in here. You can see this one here is almost ready for harvesting. So in about a week or two, I was waiting for y'all to get here. I was going to show y'all how to harvest sunflower seeds. So about a week or two, I'll cut that down and harvest them out. But then this is the jalapeno bushes, and I don't know if I ever took a picture of how they're actually planted in these cinder blocks or not, but it's literally just a bush or one seed inside each hole of a cinder block. And these things are just going crazy. There's a couple, well, if I can get to it, so many leaves, I don't want to hurt it. But there's a couple decent sized ones in there. There's one there. Oh shit, y'all. See, Maxie? Trying to make a video got me picking things early. That's why I can't stand you sometimes. Anyway, damn. So, dag. So the watermelon, I'm sure enough y'all did just pick a jalapeno. Can't stand you. So the watermelon is just tangled all in here. And then this is the purple bell peppers. So they start off yellow. I don't know if you can see that little one there. They start yellow, and then once they get a little bit of size, they start turning purple. They almost look like apples growing on the bush here. And then there's some pineapple sage that I put in there. Here's a little purple one that fell off, but I guess just didn't make it for whatever reason. But and then yeah, when I fertilize, I just fertilize right. You can see a little bit of fertilizer there. I just fertilize right inside the hole of the cinder block. So this is definitely how I plan on gardening from now on. We're actually going to expand, if I can back up, we're going to expand the cinder blocks from here to about there. That lighter one with the meditating frog on it, I think we're going to push it out because these watermelons just did so well. And we plan on planting a lot of strawberries this year, because without the garden we usually plant about 15 or 20 strawberry bushes every year. So I can only imagine how many we'll try to get into the ground this year. But you can see here all the flowers. I think I got one of them thorns from the pumpkin vine in my finger. I don't know if you can see or not, but it's like right there. It's kind of purplish, burns like hell, and itchy. Ooh, it don't feel good. Ain't nothing you can do neither. It's just, it'll come out. But you can see all the flowers here on the watermelon vine. That's just coming out and growing over all the marigolds. So the marigolds are doing their job keeping, if you look, there's no leaves that have been chewed up on these lower plants. So the marigolds are doing their job keeping the bugs off the watermelon and all that other stuff. It's just when you get up and you start climbing up the pole beans, up in the air is where you start to find, ooh, my finger hurts, is where you start to find all the damage. And here's some eggs here actually. You know, these are little spiders. I don't know if y'all can see those or not. Let me see if I can make them move. Can you see those? So those are little spiders and then spider eggs. So Maxie, don't go off planting nothing if you can't handle nothing like that, because that's your reality right there, right? Mama, you too, with your snakeses. But yeah, so this is our little garden. And then the watermelon vine's just running out across the yard. So when I cut the grass, I can move the vine around. When the landscape people come, I gotta remember to run out here and move it. But I see something going on with this watermelon here. This is the really big vine that we have that comes from all the way back there. I had to stretch it across the herb garden. So there's some basil. This is the yellow bell pepper bush here. It hasn't started yet. Well, it's kind of, it looks like those have died, but that will actually be the bottom of the pepper. So they're starting now. So we've got 1, 2, you can see some of them in there. You can see this one right there. So we've got some coming in. And this is our rosemary bush here. But this watermelon is just going, and it's starting to sprout and make its own little unions coming out again. So if I don't watch this thing, you can see there, if I don't watch it, it's gonna sprout and take over and go crazy. But quite honestly, I don't mind, because I want as many watermelons as I can get. So yeah, this is a coreopsis. Planted it with the hopes of it doing its thing, but when you touch it, it's not brittle, so it's got life in it. But this is why nurseries say they'll take the plants back within the first year, because they know it's not dead, it's just reacclimating. So here's another offshoot of that watermelon like I was talking about. It just starts going crazy, and there's nothing really you can do about it. Here's the back side of the pumpkins, and there's that watermelon going there. You can see how it wraps itself around things to help it walk to where it's going. So right now it's wrapped around the pumpkin, which is really easy to unwrap it, but as you can see already, touching that pumpkin means you might get hurt, so I'm not going to touch it. But that is it. Over there in the corner is, we planted azalea and a hydrangea and another azalea. You'll notice there's a lot of blank spaces over there in the dirt, and that's because my dog is bad as hell, and she trampled half the plants I put over there. And there's a crepe myrtle, and this is our little fire thing. It's got grass on it, I got to blow it off, but we set our chairs up here. And what I wanted to do, so here's the fire ring or pit, there's the garden, so it's all really close to each other. And what I wanted to do was have chairs on the back side of the ring looking at the house here, because right there between these two windows I want to put a white screen and buy a Bluetooth projector, so we can sit out back by the fire in the wintertime and watch Christmas movies or whatever else and have cocoa and just have a good time. So this is that massive hill that I still need to, or hole that I still need to fill in. When I got drunk and got an idea and then woke up the next morning and realized I dug all the dirt out of my backyard. Super happy I quit drinking. And then this is my mosquito plant that's just dying off, and then this is my experimental sweet potato with a wasp inside of it. Keep this in mind, when you plant vine plants, wasps will build their nests underneath of the big leaves because it protects them from rain. So if you're going to plant stuff like these vines, always keep that in mind. You will mess around and get stung. So eventually there will be a roof, 3 more walls built on that. This will probably be all strawberries, and that will probably be all strawberries, but we're going to get a good yield. It's going to be a good time. And then next summer, hopefully, pray to God everything's safe again, y'all can come up here and all of that will be blueberries. So that's the video. I hope it worked. All right, bye. Oh, there goes Sophie, old toothless behind. Where you going, slack jaw? Where you going, mush mouth?